everybody. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob. And part 2 of the pellet trap trailer. It's going to be a quick one. I got ahead of the game and I jumped into it and got her done. I didn't want it to drag on too much longer. So I'm just going to give you a tour of what all I did and just show you what I did and just kind of explain some of the stuff to you. But it's done. I'm sitting right here ready to show you guys. And it turned out pretty nice. So let's get started. So before I get started, I wanted to show you all the lead that came out of that pellet trap from when I built the trap till now. And that's a pretty heavy box. So this is what we got out of it. I mean, some of that stuff's just disintegrated. I don't know if it's going to be usable or not, but we're going to try it. It'll probably be dirty lead. But anyway, here's the trailer. And as you can see, I was able to put the jack where the motor was by mounting that plate to it. And this is how I did the tongue. And I'll show you how I did that. I just took a piece of plate, steel, 1/4 inch plate steel, and mounted it to this, but I welded. And that's a shitty weld, so don't be talking about my weld. So I welded that around with the stick welder to get a good solid bead. And then underneath of it, I put a rib here at an angle. And then just bolted it on there. And that made that short piece long enough to do what I wanted to do. And then I mounted the aluminum plate where the motor was with 1/4 bolts. And then mounted the jack on, threaded the aluminum to screw down the jack. And I can move the handle out of my way by just simply putting it down like that. This is the hood. I just cut the center out of the hood and put it on there just to make it look better so it didn't look so open in there. Eventually I might put something in the front here to close it in, but I haven't found the right thing to do it with. Yes, I put Statesman on it just because it was a Statesman mower, so I thought, well, let's just keep it a Statesman. And we got the pellet trap on. Now I can't fold it down yet. This thing's god awful heavy. What I got to do, I got to go in here and cut up to the top of this hole out right here in this area, because as you can see how it's bent out right here, when I tried to fold it down, it bent that out because it's hitting that nut that holds this bracket down. So all I got to do is just cut that little section out, and then I can fold it down by taking this bolt out, loosening this bolt, and then fold it down. And this plate came off of one of those hand carts, one of those cheap little dinky piece of junk hand carts. And it's held down by this bolt, that bolt, and the bolt that's holding this down. So then I just went and painted it with that black hammered. So now let me tip that up and we'll show you the axle, because that's the most important part anyway. And the good thing is I should be able to just fold this down and it'll hold itself up. Just like that. I need to get some paint on that bottom, don't I? While I got it there. But here's what I did with the axles. Get you in a good location here and not on a rock. So I cut these at 13 inches, these rods, and I did use the set screws instead of welding the washers to them. I really didn't want to weld on this pipe or steel, so I eliminated the washer idea and used the set screws. But to keep it from riding out, I also drilled and tapped this side for a 1/4 20 and put a washer on it. So there's a washer and a 1/4 20 screw on the end of the wheel that holds the wheel on. So that this and that will, and the spacer I made, that will keep this from moving side to side. So I just put it in there and lined it up to where it was square with the frame, this shaft. And same thing here, 1/4 20 bolt sandwiched between this spacer and the wheel. So I haven't got my keyways in it yet because it's just too small of a keyway for me to make. So I had to order some 3/16. That's pretty small keyways. So, but I did slot the shaft 1.5 inches for a 1 inch keyway. So I just cut this plate out to fit this shape. I really wanted it to go a little further, and I could have, to make it so that when I put a ball on it, it would really be strong. But we don't need that kind of strength. And it turned out pretty nice. Here's a better look at the, yeah, it's shitty weld, but it don't have to be that strong. I don't weld enough to keep in practice. That's my biggest problem. But let me put that back where it's supposed to be. I still got some painting to do. And it's real easy to move. So now we get to go and set it up after I finish doing some painting. What do you think, guys? I know you guys was expecting a lot of work, but I got busy doing it, and I just went on. I said, I turned the TV on and started watching TV or listening to it. I really wasn't paying attention to it, but I thought that was a pretty good idea. Cutting that hood. Right there's the rest of it. That's what I took the Statesman off of it. It was right there. I like it. So now all I got to do is put my my keyways in the wheels and paint that green underneath. And I'm probably going to paint this too. I actually need to put a shield on the front of this that comes down, but I don't have enough steel plate, and it would have to be 1/4 inch steel. I need to weld a 1/4 inch piece of steel right here all the way down to where, if you can see, I've done hit it 3 times with the gun. Now it didn't go through to the other side, it just went through the one. So that was a 25 cal that done that. Oh, I was mad. So I can either put a steel plate hanging over the front of this, or I can just mount a steel plate across this. So, but there it is. And I got to drill for a ball and put it on there, 2-inch ball. So that'll be the end of part 2. Now I got to take all these parts and separate all that stuff. Separate the brackets and the rods and put everything in this pile that it needs to be in, because I can use just about every damn thing there. I mean, right there's a set of L brackets that I can use. Just cut them off. And a rubber pad there, those are nice to have for handles. And turnbuckles right there on that one rod. And tie rods. Got a bunch of good stuff there. Yeah, I'm a pack rat. This is the junk pile that's going to go to the scrap yard, but I got to go through it. I'm going to check that deck, and as far as I can see, it's probably going to go, because it's, well, no, it ain't rotted out there. I thought that was rotted out. We're going to check that out and see if it's worth saving. If it is, we're going to repaint it, wire brush it, and repaint it and straighten stuff that needs to be straightened on it, and remove those pulleys and put the new ones that I rebuilt on it. And the belt's in good shape, so I'll have a deck ready for when I break mine. And I'll go ahead and sharpen the blades and have it ready, so all I got to do is just disconnect, slide it out, slide the new one in, reconnect it, and I'm back to mowing. I got to take the spindles off the front axle and the tie rods off of it, and the rest of that stuff will go to scrap. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that tour of the Bison pellet trap trailer. Give you guys some ideas, and you guys have a good one. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Later.